God damn, Gen Alpha is beyond cooked. And most people think, why would Gen Alpha be cooked, right? Everyone at least had to stop. Everyone over the generation of Z definitely had a thought. Damn, they're kind of fucked. Why are they fucked? I'm here to tell you. So I have a little sister, right? She's around 6 or 7. And the fact that she is around 6 or 7, and I can't say the age, I can't say the two numbers, 6 or 7, without her tweaking the fuck out. That's one sign. What is the 6-7 joke? She doesn't even know why it's funny. I don't even know why it's funny. No one knows why it's funny, but everyone just says it. I mean, everyone did say it. We're a little bit past that now. I feel like as humans, biologically, we are crowd chasing. We're crowd chasers. We are crowd chasers. We're gonna follow. We're gonna follow and do what the crowd does. We're gonna laugh at what the crowd laughs at. Because we're social animals. That is how we are built over time. But nowadays, man, being a crowd chaser, it's dangerous, bro. Back then, back in the old days, being a crowd chaser means you hunt for food for your family. Being a crowd chaser means you work hard to raise your family. Being a crowd chaser means you are there for your wife and you support your kids. Being a crowd chaser is everything that a man and woman should be. But now being a crowd chaser, what is it? It's hard to even know because there's so many different sides and different wings in this internet propaganda shit, and every single part of it has so much negativity that outweighs the positivity that comes out of it. God damn, it sucks. It sucks how it is nowadays, and I'm so lucky that I have enough consciousness to see past it and for me to actually envision a life where I have some kind of freedom of thought, critical thinking. A lot of people don't. And I'm telling you, Gen Alpha, oh, the critical thinkers, they're gonna drop significantly. They're gonna plummet. Whew. Another thing is, it's the stimulation problem with Gen Alpha. From what I've seen from my sister and other kids, because I worked with kids before. I worked at some trampoline park, right? What I've seen from kids before, they get understimulated. They get bored very easily. When I was between the age of, I guess, 5 and 11 years old, right? Because that's like the only age I really remember. Back before I was 5, my memories was low-key kind of a slideshow. You feel me? They get bored so easily. Like, they can just be sitting in the car, or they can just be in the home, be in their crib, and playing with toys. Or they can just be outside, jumping on a trampoline. But they just always end up getting bored in such a short amount of time. And it's like, what I did as a kid, I was never bored, bro. Yeah, I was bored in class when they forced me to sit on a chair and not move. That is normal to be bored in that situation. That's for show. That's for show. But when I was out on a playground, or just outside with freedom of range of movement, all right? When I was in any location where I was free to move, free to run, free to walk, free to, I guess, do a little twirl. I just can't be bored. It's not possible. I can't be bored. My imagination, I feel like a kid's imagination should transcend reality should transcend just seeing everything as just a physical object. I see monkey bars, right? Most people, when they grow up, they see monkey bars. They see swings. They'll just see it. Oh yeah, monkey bars. You just hang on them and then you get to the other side. You swing to the other side. Oh yeah, swings. You just lift your leg up and down. You see it when you grow up. You see it more as a mechanic. But when you're more as like, a certain mechanism that causes it to move, or whatever rules you incorporate to follow by being on these specific things, right? But as a kid, monkey bars, swings. Monkey bars can be a literal ladder, can be like a bridge that separates from heaven and earth. And you must use this monkey bar and cross to the other side to avenge the ones that you have, I guess, the ones who has been wronged by the evil fucking villains or some shit. You cross to the other side, or you climb on top of the monkey bars and you stand there. It's like your little safe zone and you defend off of everyone. Your little imaginary villains while the ground is lava, right? That is how kids should see these little things. That is just simple mechanism. No, they should see these little things as more than just simply a monkey bar, a swing. Every little thing kids should see. Every little thing kids see should be something that's more than just the simple physical factor of the making of this specific material. That's how kids should see it. Kids shouldn't be bored. Their imagination, by going outside, critically thinking, and finding ways to find stimulation out of little things in life, is the strong suit of kids. Kids should be able to automatically do that. But nowadays, we got all of this overstimulating activities that has been normalized for kids. Social media, screens, the absence of being outside, but being stuck inside of a school looking at laptops. Instead of literally learning shit on through movement, through activities, is a laptop, is memorization. Alright? All of these screens, they're just spiking their dopamine receptors, plummeting down to the bottom of the depths of hell. Imagination is created through stimulation. Imagination is created through a healthy dopamine receptor that makes you feel happy with most things in the world, being in places in the world, playgrounds, the woods, a hiking trail, right? The dopamine receptor, when it's nice and healthy, as a kid, you see things more than just what it is. And that's how it should be. But nowadays, the dopamine receptor these kids have, it's just plummeting down. And it's like they're like going through a depression phase before they even reach consciousness. It is, oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness. Jesus Christ. It's just, most of these parents, they don't understand. They're not educated. So they sometimes just let their kids watch TV for hours and hours every day. Or, oh God, some kids are even fucking picking up their parents' habits, trying cigarettes, trying drinking, trying vaping. Oh, vaping. Oh, don't even get me started with that. Shit. The whole marketing, the whole industry, the way they market substances like alcohol and nicotine. They're marketing it for fucking kids now, man. I'm telling you. Geek bars, the fucking fruity flavors, Buzz Balls, fruity flavors, marijuana products. They got the little animation characters on the packaging. It's fucked. We are raising a generation of drug addicts. And I don't mean the normal tweakers. I mean the ones that are not aware. That are not aware of what it's doing to their brain, because they're getting significantly dumbed down to the point where they literally become slaves to the stimulation, to the point where they just can't think beyond memorizing schoolwork, getting fucked up off of any kind of dopamine source, weed, nicotine, alcohol, screens, sex. It's just gonna be a revolving loop of stimulation and not thinking about anything, because your brain is so dopamine fucked, you just can't incorporate critical thinking. There's scientific fact behind that. And it's just gonna be an endless loop of just chasing dopamine. Society incorporates this kind of social norm that you should be working your ass off and doing whatever the school wants you to say, do whatever adults tell you to do whatever the system tells you to do. And what is the system nowadays? What is school? There's no critical thinking in school. I go to college, there's literally like 10% critical thinking. It's all memorizing formulas. There is no critical thinking. There is none, because people don't need it. People don't need critical thinking now. I'm not talking about people as in the future and as in the normal, the I guess the minimum and medium wages. You know what I mean? The normal people are the people who make the normal amount of money, or people who are just kind of higher in the class, a little bit higher. Everything nowadays has to benefit CEOs and corporate fucking higher ups. All right. Everything goes to the top number 1%, or even smaller than 1%. Everything goes up to them. Everything that we do has to benefit what's up there. And it's just has been brainwashed. We don't need people to critical think. That's for the top 1% or less than that one. It's for the top little percentage of the higher ups. Everyone else simply has to be a cog in their system. We don't need people to critical think for these people in the higher up. All right, we don't need them to critical think. We simply need them to slave away. We need them to believe that paying them little scraps, little literal, like, minimum wage is literally a BLT sandwich in Subway now. Minimum wage, you work a whole hour, you take away 1 out of 24 out of your whole day for equivalent amount of money for a sandwich, a foot-long sandwich. Isn't that crazy? And people are somehow convinced that it's okay, it's normal, or yeah, that's just how it is. No, it shouldn't be, and it's not. All right, it's not. It's not. It shouldn't be how it is, and it should not be how it is. That's the same shit. But you guys get my fucking point. We're raising the next generation to become completely brain dead humans, to just become a cog in the higher up system. This is why they're allowing these kids to consume all this dopamine at a young age to literally suppress their critical thinking skills in the near future. To make them chase dopamine. Chasing dopamine, simple dopamine, is what they want us to do. They want, not even just us, Gen Z, we're a little bit past that, but now this next generation, they're officially gonna become the pawns. You can call me schizophrenic, call me crazy, but I know what's going on. You can call me anything, but you can't convince me that this is not what's happening. All right? This next generation is gonna get dopamine fucked to the point where their minds just stop working at a critical level, and they're just gonna do whatever the higher up system, aka, propaganda, aka social norms, they're just gonna follow it blindly, mindlessly, because they make just enough money so they can get fucked up. I already see it now, and I saw it in myself. When I was in high school, everyone wanted me to get a job, and I was thinking, why would I fucking work for $15 an hour when I can sell carts at school for a little bit less money, but literally 1% of the effort of a job? Why would I do that, right? But then eventually, after social pressure and actually quitting, distribution, it's not even anything crazy. It was just literal carts. In high school, when I was like sophomore year, I made like a couple grand in like half a year. And fucking I got the job. I got the goddamn job. Okay? I got the job. I started working. First month, it was alright. It was boring as fuck. My coworker was a fucking tweaker. Oh shit, that motherfucker was a tweak. That motherfucker was geeking. He wasn't like a druggy tweaker, but he was just, like, he definitely had some bipolar shit going on, that's for sure. It wasn't eventful, but I had enough money. I was making enough money for me to buy Xanax and marijuana, because I was an addict back then. This was junior year of high school. I was an addict. I got the job because I didn't want to get in trouble with the law by distributing, but I still wanted to get fucked up. I was a victim to the dopamine spike. I was a victim to the dopamine plummeting society. Like, the whole dopamine plummeting fucking system, right? Electronics to nicotine to drugs to hard drugs. Boom. It's a system. That's what keeps people working. That's what keep people stuck. Get them to work. Get these little pawns to work And then we're going to legalize all these substances so they have a reason to work. So they can keep getting fucked up. But the side effect helps us of these substances because it removes their ability to think critically. And it removes their ability to see the evil that we're doing. So they can just keep working as our pawns. That is their whole rule. And I fell into it for a good year. I quit the job because I had a mental breakdown. It wasn't me quitting the job, realizing that this was happening. No, it was because I was doing so much drugs. I got myself, like, I literally just started going crazy because I was getting so high all the time. I was isolating myself because of, like, my dopamine levels plummeting, and I was just in a deep depression, and I ended up quitting the job. And then next year I went to rehab, and yeah. The year after I went to rehab and I fixed myself up. So now I'm good. Now I'm thinking. I'm back on the baseline. I've been sober for over a year now. I've been sober for a year and 1 month, 13 months. And I've been thinking. That's what happens when you sober up. You think. And that's what the government doesn't even have much to do with all of this. The higher ups, the people running society nowadays, they don't want you to think. They want you to keep popping Zans. They want you to smoke, drink, fucking decay your mind. So you just become zombies, pawns to their plans. It's just like a fucking dystopia. They're planning for a dystopian society. That's where we're heading towards. I'm very scared for my sister. She's already getting bored in playgrounds, getting bored with toys around her. Me and my mom, we try to limit her from watching screens. We try to limit her from, just watching these fucking brain rot social media content. The thing is, I'm not against her playing video games. Like Minecraft or Roblox. I mean, I do not. No, she's not getting voice chat on Roblox. That's for sure. She's playing Roblox, no voice chat, no interaction with other players. You know what's going on nowadays, you feel me? I'm fine with video games. Video games help with critical thinking skills. Video games is a fucking huge factor to making someone learn how to think critically in the future. That's the point of video games. For sure. But you know what's even crazier? This is, aside from the fact that Gen Z is cooked, this is something that I realized. Have you realized that for a while, I'm not sure if it's still going on in some people's circle, but for a long time, video games has been seen as something that kids do and something that you should grow out of as you grow up. My mom still sees it like that. But it's not just video games are for kids. You should just grow out of it as you grow older, as you age. It should be something that you naturally segregate from. No, the fuck it isn't. That's the same. They're literally just telling, holy shit, they're literally just telling you. Segregate from the things that give you critical thinking skills so you can make me more of a pawn. Have y'all not realized this? Have y'all not realized this? Have you ever met someone who doesn't play video games but has real critical thinking skills and think on his own level and not as a society, not think as a society, but thinks as his own person? Have you ever met someone who doesn't play video games and think as their own person? I never did. Everyone that I see who either doesn't play video games or barely play video games, as in like once a month or something, just only hops on with their friends, they think as a society. Their brain, their critical thinking skills, it's gone. Maybe there's a slight hint, but it's something that they won't even grab and hold on to because they don't need it. In society, you don't critical think to survive. You become a slave. You become a pawn. You stop thinking and you start remembering to survive. You start memorizing formulas. You start memorizing what is ax plus bx plus c. What is the formula of the quadratic equation? It's just memorizing. It's filling your brain with a bunch of stupid junk so you can stop thinking on your own. That is society nowadays. Gen Z is cooked because that's the road that we're heading down. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Anyways, man. I'm talking here, ain't talking more. and ain't talking no more. Excuse me. Peace out.